Hello, this is Sunil Sunder Raj with Jersey Sporting News. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Peter Schuh, a senior safety, defensive back, and running back on the St. Joseph's Green Knights High School varsity football team. And we'll be heading off to the University of Oklahoma shortly. Peter, once again, just an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you. Said after 4 years of doing a feature article on Double G Sports, and now here being able to interview you here for Jersey Sporting News. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Sunil. I really appreciate it.
As we before we came on there, we were talking about, and you alluded to the fact 4 years just went by so quickly. I remember, when you were, basically getting ready to enroll and start your journey at St. Joseph Regional High School in Montvale, New Jersey. Talk about how exciting this is, and just, in terms of your journey, I said these past 4 years, Peter.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I can't wait for the next chapter at Oklahoma. But reflecting on St. Joe's, I made a lot of great memories, made a lot of great people there. It was quite the journey. There were ups and downs, but, I wouldn't change it for the world. I met a good friend and mentor to this day, Devin McCourty, and he's also my DB trainer. And, he's helped me a lot. And there's been a lot of people that I've been able to surround myself at St. Joe's that have helped me along the journey and made me who I am. So, I did a lot of work, but I wouldn't be where I'm at without those people and without those relationships and friends and coaches that helped me along the way. So I'm very appreciative for all that St. Joe's has done for me the past 4 years.
Hey, just walk me through that year, 2018, just in terms of, starting out there at St. Joseph's and, your first year, of course, on the varsity football team, definitely, I'm sure a learning experience and curve for you. Just talk about that. I know that you share a very special relationship. Then, head coach, Augie Hoffman, just talk about that, Peter.
Yeah, so me and Coach Augie Hoffman, we had a really close relationship. We still do to this day. I love him. He's a very good mentor and coach to me. And just for the adjustment going into high school, I would just say going in 2018, everything, when it comes to high school football, everything just was moving faster.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a freshman, I played freshman ball. And then once our season ended, I got called up to practice with the varsity and stuff. And, I was just trying to soak up everything like a sponge and, just learn as much as I could possibly to prepare me for my sophomore year, where I ended up rotating in and playing on a very great defensive unit and team with a lot of stars on it. So just soaked up all the knowledge from freshman year and learned a lot, and it was able to help me out in the future. So,
yeah, 2018 was a magical year. The fact the team, won a state championship, defeated Bergen Catholic at MetLife Stadium. To witness that, just, see that happen, how cool is that for you, Peter?
That was awesome. That's one of my favorite memories from St. Joe's. I love all those guys that were on my team. And, when you win a state championship, that was the only state championship I won throughout my high school career. So it just shows you how special those moments really are. And you never know where you'll be back to MetLife. Because of COVID and because of, factors and stuff, we weren't able to make it back to MetLife. So that was the only chance we had at MetLife. And, that's why you got to cherish those moments, sink into the moment and just feel everything. And, it was an awesome experience. It was raining, but we got the win 13-0, and it was awesome. It was a great day to be on the St. Joe's football team. So.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, where the Giants and Jets played, I covered that for now almost close to 8-9 years. It's just a unbelievable environment, just in terms of being in that stadium, on the sidelines. I'm sure of course, as a player, nothing better, and playing against the best competition, of course, not only in North Jersey, but in the state of New Jersey, I mean, across the nation. Every year this team had a winning record. I mean, that had to feel good, Peter, that being part of that tradition and, that brotherhood, but, to see this program on such an elite level. Talk about, I mean, how could that, because, again, winning is definitely, the biggest, difference maker, but just talk about that.
I think it all starts with culture. At St. Joe's, we had a really good culture that was able to propel us to all those winning seasons and all the rich tradition that we've had over the years. So, it really just starts with the culture. And, we got a great culture at St. Joe's. We got a lot of guys that are willing to work and put in the work, and coaches that are motivating guys. So that's just how you create a great environment where people want to come and play football. And, that's when you have coaches like that, that's what attracts players. Yeah. So, you'll get better players attracting that type of culture. And, kids want to be in that culture. You want to go to a winning team. You want it to be hard. You don't want it to be easy. So that's how we were able to, be so successful at St. Joe's for all those years. It's just the tradition and culture and the standard that we've had for that many years.
Hey, talk about this this past season, the senior class, to be a part of that group. And I just wanted to ask you about that, Peter.
Yeah, it's always special when you're a senior. Your last year playing high school football, to get together with all your brothers that you've been playing with since freshman year. We fell short, but, I wouldn't change it for anything. Like, I loved playing out there with all my seniors and stuff. And just the moments that you share with them, it's the small things. It's like the game day meals. It's the prayers. Yeah. It's just being on practice every day, putting in the work with those guys. Those guys almost become like your family. So it was really emotional at the end, but, super excited for the next chapter. But that's just how life is. The book's going to close and the chapter's going to close. So you just hold on to those memories. And like I said before, you just cherish those moments that you're present in. So that's what I was able to do. And, I wouldn't change a thing about St. Joe's. I love all those guys that are there. So. Yeah,
well said. Hey, let's talk about your play on the field. The fact that every year, in terms of your production, it steadily grew. And I'm sure that it's attributed to the work you put in on the off season. Talk about the training, the conditioning, in addition to, of course, the team practices, but, what you were able to do, again, that, was essential, was critical to your, success. And again, the numbers are, reflecting that, Peter.
Yeah, I think throughout my high school career, I looked at every day as like a building block almost, in season and off season. My former Pee Wee coach, he would always say, get 1% better every day, same as Coach Knight. And, that really stuck with me throughout my whole football career. Just whenever I was training, whenever I was stepping on the field, just get 1% better in any aspect of the game. Whenever it was IQ, footwork, ball security, anything, get 1% better. And no matter what you're doing, if you're be the best that you can be go 110% no matter what you're doing. If you're just on special teams, every time you're on special teams, go 110%. If you're just playing safety, go 110% every play. Control the controllables. Do what you can, because you can't control what other people are going to do, but you can control your effort and your attitude. So that's really, what the basis of my high school journey and what I focused and used to, increase my production every year, and just, working hard in the off season, taking that motto to heart. So that's what I did. And I think it worked out pretty well for myself.
Yeah. And incredible numbers in terms of, your work in the gym, benching and squatting. And then, in terms of your speed and agility. Talk about that aspect of your game as well, Peter.
Yeah. So a lot of hard hours put in the weight room and stuff, and all those team lifts. And I got to thank my trainers at Parisi's, Bill Parisi, Joe Taggart, Corey Canisi, all those guys, Mike Wadango at Freak Strength, Devin McCourty. I've trained with all those guys, and, they've all been a part of my athletic development. I can't thank them enough. So just, putting in all the hard hour works, staying late on the weekends, just doing all the extra stuff. Yeah. I wanted to be great, so I had to push myself to that limit. And, I'm still trying to break barriers. And every day, like I said, I'm trying to get 1% better. So all those trainers helped push me to get 1% better every day. And that's the main goal.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Hey, I don't want to forget about head coach Dan Morangi, the rest of the Green Knights, varsity, football coaching staff. Just talk about what they meant to you here as well at St. Joe's, Peter.
Absolutely. Yeah. So great coaches, I actually met Coach Morangi freshman year. Coach Augie Hoffman brought him on, great defensive coordinator, and Coach Augie Hoffman leaves. He becomes the head coach, and we had a great 2 years. I wish we were more successful. I wish we, made it to the state championship. But all those coaches were great coaches. Coach Cap, my secondary coach I had my senior year, loved him very well. Coach Church, all those guys were pushing us to be better every day. And, like I said before, that's the culture that you want.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, going back to your senior season, I mean, senior day, and it's always an emotional time. Talk about that time, and then, last game, you never want to take that uniform off. I wanted to ask you what that wearing that number 7 jersey, what that meant to you as well, Peter.
Yeah, so senior day, very special day. Like I said before,
Mm.
that's like the official day that you wait for with your brothers ever since freshman year. Super emotional. We played Montclair, we played great, came out with the win. But yeah, it was just really emotional day because then it starts to sink in that I have this many games left. I have this many practices, and you just don't want to end
Mhm.
because high school football is just a great experience. Like I'll carry those memories for the rest of my life, and
Yeah.
that number 7 means a lot to me. I changed a lot of numbers, but actually, my favorite NFL safety, my second favorite, actually, I should say, is Tyrann Mathieu,
Yeah.
and he wore number 7 in college. And I try and model my game after him. He's got that dog mentality, and he never
Mhm.
backs down. So that's why I wore number 7 this year and junior year, and I love the way he plays the game. So that's how I want to model how I play safety.
I I've covered a number of St. Joe's games at home. I think it's one of the best environments in North Jersey and maybe across the state. I mean, just the fans, the cookout, just the overall environment. Just talk about practices, game day, leading up to that in terms of getting prepared, putting the uniform, the pads on, and taking that field. Just behind the scenes, moments, Peter.
Yeah, it's just a super indescribable feeling.
Mm.
Just so much intenseness. You just feed off what's around you. All your teammates, they're all jacked up for the games. Like I'll say, like there's nothing like a game in the Big North.
Yeah.
The fans are. It's always loud. Everyone's into it. So game days are especially special. You just get that feeling. You get those butterflies, and it's just a special. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity. Play in that St. Joe's uniform and walk out there and have those opportunities. And there's nothing like it
Yeah.
because it's football. You're just going out there and having fun.
Yeah.
So I just can't describe the feeling.
I mean, it's just amazing, like how many players are going, of course, to play at the next level of college, NFL, to see this program year after year keep on building, keep on. I mean, just moving up that ladder. I mean, it's always been there, but to be part of that now, and you're cementing in that legacy now for forever. I mean, just had to ask you what that means to you, Peter.
Yeah, it means a lot. At St. Joe's, my goal was always to be a guy that was a leader, always a guy that's working 110% and, doing the right thing. And I'm so blessed that I'm in this position to, have that impact on kids that are looking to go to St. Joe's or already at St. Joe's. Just a good role model, just
Mhm.
a person, just to show them to do the right thing, be different, be different. Don't follow the crowd, work hard. And if you work hard, you can get something. I've overcome a lot in my life and it hasn't been an easy journey. So just, if you got a goal, chase it. Go catch it. Go catch it because you could do it. You just got to be committed to it.
Yeah. I don't want to forget that you were a team captain as well. I mean, that played, a lot of significance. I mean, holding that role. I mean, there's a lot of weight in terms of, with leadership, just talk about that as well. That was, I'm sure, very important to you, said this past season, Peter.
Definitely. Ever since I was a freshman, when I was on the freshman team at St. Joe's, I always wanted to be a senior captain. That was
Mhm.
always a goal of mine. That's something I always pushed myself towards. And when you're a captain on the team, you got a certain standard. You got to follow that standard. You got to keep your teammates in line. You got to make sure guys are doing the right thing. So I just want everyone to know that, I'm a leader and, I tried to do my absolute best all the time and do the best interest for my teammates and help them out and push them to be better and make better decisions and stuff like that. So like I said, when you surround yourself with that type of standard, that type of culture, that's how your team's going to elevate and that's how you're going to attract more and expand and just expand everything. So
Yeah.
it all starts with the culture and what type of standard you're trying to build.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, again, the fact that you were able to affect, the game in so many ways because the multitude of positions you were able to play. How good was that? I mean, that the fact you said, defense, special teams, even offense. I mean, just talk about that. I'm sure that, now as you, enter into, college football, it's going to be the same way. Just talk about that as well, Peter.
Definitely. Yeah. So I played a lot of different positions throughout my high school career. I played running back, slot receiver, outside linebacker, safety, corner, played a bunch of special teams. And, I look at it this way: the more versatile you are, the more
Yeah.
you could get on the field. So learn every position, just soak all the information up like a sponge and just get to know everything. You'll increase your football IQ. And when coaches are looking to put you on the field, especially in high school and college, if you know how to play it and you got the knowledge to do it and you're athletic enough to do it, coach is going to put you on the field because they can trust you. Coaches need to be able to trust you. And that's the biggest thing. When a coach looks at putting players on the field, they want guys they can trust, that they know are going to do the right thing and be productive. So, being versatile is extremely key in the game of football.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And you talked about the Big North, but I wanted to ask you about these rivalry games. I mean, we talked about Bergen Catholic, Don Bosco Prep, Primus Catholic, DePaul Catholic, St. Peter's Prep. I mean, playing against, absolutely just juggernauts. I mean, here the last 4 years. I mean, you talk about intensity, you talk about, passion. I mean, these games, you had to bring your A game every single time. Just talk about what that, to be in that, again, environment, whether it was at home or on the road. Just talk about those, those games, Peter.
Definitely. Like you said, you got to bring your A game every single week. No matter what their record is, every team in our league's got talent. They have dudes that can go out there and put up numbers, and they're freakishly athletic. So, it comes down to preparation, the time you take off the field and watching film with your coaches and, just going hard in practice, because you got to find a way to be, like I said, 1% better every single day. And you got to be a difference maker, because in those key moments, there's going to be a lot of key moments in those types of games, and super intense. It can come down to a few plays. So when that time comes, you want to be ready.
Yeah.
You definitely want to be ready. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, you mentioned before COVID, and I know, a lot of teams didn't get to play a season, or, maybe a handful of games. I know you guys still were able to get pretty much a full season, but talk about those challenges, in terms of the practices, the games itself, and just, all the safety measures that you had to take, in order to get out there on the field and put that uniform on, Peter.
Definitely. We actually were almost we almost played a full season. Like you said, we were only, I forget how many teams in the state were able to play 8 games, but we played a decent amount of games. And, we just had a strict protocol that Coach Morangi and the state set out for us, and we followed it, and everyone was dedicated to it, because we knew that we needed film. We wanted, especially for the class of 2021, we wanted a special season. We didn't want them to be forgotten about.
Yeah.
So we had to make it special to them. And, it took a lot of sacrifices, but that's what the game of football is about. So it was nothing that we weren't willing to do. And, it was awesome being able to even play. It was a blessing to even play in that 2020 season, because I know a lot of states weren't able to do that. Then it impacted their recruitment and stuff like that. So we were blessed just to even be able to play that 2020 season. So we had to make it special for our seniors.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I wanted to transition to academics, because that's everybody forgets sometimes, student athlete. And when they interviewed you 4 years ago, you had a 4.0 GPA.
Yep.
Here now you finish out with a 4.5, member of the National Honor Society, student council rep, St. Joe's High School Knights ambassador, a tutor. Just magnificent, just what you were able to accomplish on that side. Talk about that. We time management, being organized. You were able, to bounce out, effectively. Just talk about that, Peter.
Well, I think when it comes down to being a student athlete, it's all about time management. Just being able to, spread out your time and make time for things and stuff. Get your homework done early. Don't let it sit off to the side and procrastinate. Just time management is key to that. And, I always wanted to impact as much people as I can. So, it was great to be a St. Joe's ambassador and be able to be a spokesman for the school and be a tutor and just get my face out there and, get to meet different people and, hear about their stories.
Yeah.
So maybe I can help them out and stuff like that. So like I said, it's just all about being a student athlete is a lot of time management. So, and I was able to do that.
That's great. Hey, just going back to, St. Joseph Regional High School, the support from the school, the students, President, Kevin McNulty, Principal Michael Bruno. I know that Head Coach Dan Morenci, I think, is the interim AD. Just talk, having that structure in place. I'm sure, like with the leadership from top to bottom, again, is so essential in terms of the success not only of the school, but also, academics and the athletic program. Just talk about that component, Peter.
Yeah, like I said before, it boils down to the culture in the classroom and on the field. When they're matching each other, when everyone's getting stuff done in the classroom, and you have that structure with the president, principal, and everyone holds you accountable, is when you're going to be successful no matter what you do, if you're playing sports or not. So it's just their ability to hold us accountable and just ask for greatness from us is why we're able to be successful in the classroom and on the field.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Okay, I was gonna leave the University of Oklahoma towards them, but I think since we're talking about academics, I might as well get in here. I know that before we come there, you said that you're studying psychology at the University of Oklahoma. Wanted to ask you again in terms of the decision, what made the University of Oklahoma said the perfect fit for you, Peter.
Yeah, so I developed a great relationship with Coach Venables throughout the recruiting process, and that's really where it started. And Oklahoma has an absolute rich tradition.
Yeah,
and like you want to run through a wall for Coach Venables. He's a great coach. When I tell you, a great coach, and what they're building in Norman, Oklahoma, is truly special.
Yeah.
And a lot of my morals and my values and what a program that I want to play for is the University of Oklahoma. Like that is college football. Yeah. So it really just everything aligned. You want to be a part of something like that. They're building something extremely special there, and I can't wait to be a part of it. And I'm extremely blessed, and I can't thank the staff and Coach Venables enough for giving me an opportunity there. So
yeah, I mean, you talk about Division I football, and one of the again, a lead program. One of the, best environments for a Saturday, afternoon in the fall, playing college football. It doesn't get any better than, I said, in Norman, Oklahoma. So that's great. I know you got the story to tell that you're leaving shortly for Norman. So you can let everybody know what that's entailing in terms of what the journey is going to be from New Jersey down to Norman, Oklahoma, Peter.
Yeah. So we're driving. We're leaving June 2nd. It's a 26-hour drive. Yeah. We'll arrive around there June 5th. So super excited. I can't wait to get to work. It's been a dream of mine to play college football at this level ever since I was little. And it's been a journey. And, I just can't wait to get on campus and show everyone what I got.
Yeah.
Because I know what
a different perspective. Yeah, it gives you a different perspective, in terms of traveling, the country and, also being able to now not only study, but, also, again, you're playing college football, but just to be a part and see, life, sit down there. That's just, I'm sure, is beneficial for you as well, Peter.
Definitely. It's great, to be able to get there and experience new things. Oklahoma's different from New Jersey. And, that's ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to play major college football and I wanted a new experience, something else, just new experiences. And, I'm super excited to be there. And I can't thank my parents enough for all their sacrifices over the years and supporting me. Because without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So I really can't thank them enough for all they've given me. And I'm really appreciative for my parents.
Very nice. Hey, I'm just in awe of your, I know you listed your charity, your volunteer work. I mean, going back to 4 years ago, we talked about some of your, initiatives, but there's so many to list, here, but I'm wondering, like, when you look at that list, what some of them, what, comes to your mind and what really means, to you, the most, Peter?
Yeah. So, my mom, ever since I was little, she always engraved in me to pay it forward. So, I love charity work. I love getting involved in the community. And, I'm actually a volunteer Pee Wee football coach in Wyckoff, and I absolutely love coaching. So, just to pay it forward, impact people, get to build relationships, because you can help at least one person.
Yeah.
Somebody can learn something from you. You could always keep learning no matter how old you are. And if you're able to outreach in the community and talk to different people with different experiences, is when you'll gain knowledge and be able to just impact and help more people. And that's what actually tied me to Oklahoma as well, because they actually have this thing called the Soul Mission.
Okay.
And it's about the holistic development of the players, and it's about outreach in the community and impacting kids. Just recently, I forget how many guys went down. I think it was about 30 from the Oklahoma football team, and they helped rebuild an elementary school in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
I want to be able to impact kids like that and just be a good example. Give those kids hope. Give those kids the ability to dream big, chase their goal, catch it, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Hey, I was not going to rattle them off, but I wanted to, because I think it's important that people know what the type of work you have done. I mean, board member of Eva's Village, behind the scenes fundraising committee, Backpacks for Life military charity contributor, volunteer football coach for the McCourty football camp, volunteer for Buddy Walk, Billy's Buddies for Down syndrome, the So Hoodie, Breast Cancer Foundation, Covenant House Sleep, put foundation for homeless teens, Tim Tebow's Night to Shine prom buddy and then finally, I think the most important, partnered with Rampal College to raise money and awareness. You can give it, you can pronounce it if I butcher this word, but the eosinophilic disease, and the Peyton Strong Cancer Foundation founder. I know with Peyton Strong, that was huge for you, said 4 years ago, and sure it continues to this day. Talk about those last two, how important they were for you, Peter.
They're extremely important. I still have a good relationship with Peyton when she was diagnosed with cancer in 7th grade. And, she was a very dear classmate to me, and I felt like I had to make an impact. So I was able to raise money for her and help her family, and she's extremely healthy now. And, I couldn't be happier. So it's all about, just giving back, helping people out. People are in need in the community, and if you're in position to help, you shouldn't sit back and let someone else do it. You can impact people.
Let's talk about your own health, and that's been a battle since we were very young, and I wanted to give you the floor because when you were younger, you underwent of course a surgical procedure, and were admitted to the hospital, Hackensack Hospital, and then shortly after that, diagnosed, said with celiac, disease. Talk about, again, perseverance, the ability to, you still have to deal with it, as I'm sure for the rest of your life, but the fact that, you're here, standing, tall, and the fact that you're thriving, you look great. I mean, just talk about, this journey in terms of, dealing with, the celiac, Peter.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. I'm extremely healthy right now, and I couldn't be happier. I have a strict protocol that I follow every single day. And, with help from my parents, that's been able to be done. And, I'm super happy. I'm ready to work. And I can't wait. I can't wait to show the world what I got.
Great. I mean, it's just remarkable. I mean, when we talked 4 years ago, the fact that you lost 20 pounds, and I said unable to swallow food. I mean, that was, and the fact that I'm sure that with Coach Hoffman, I remember talking with you at that time. That's something you shared with him as well. Just talk about that, Peter.
Yeah. So by sharing that, I was able to make a deeper connection with him, and he just really took me in as one of his own, and guided me and showed me the way. And he was able to allow me to just perfectly fine. And I can't thank him enough for that. And that's, one of the reasons why we have a great relationship to this day, because he did so much things for me.
Okay, I had to ask you about made it from Pizzeria Mandera, the Peter's Pie. If they still make it to this day, and I'm sure that was quite a, that was very special for you and your family, quite an honor. Talk about that, Peter.
Yeah, definitely. The Peter Pie is still made to this day at Mandera and Wyckoff. Mena, the owner, came up with this idea many years ago after we gave her my list of food allergies and stuff like that. And she was able to find a plan, and develop a pizza for me. And actually, the other day I was trying to order it, and it was at a spot because people have figured out that the Peter pie still lives on there. Order it because of me, and then I'll go to buy one and it's not there. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Good pizza, so I
Yeah.
don't blame them. But just super happy that she was able to do that for me. And like I said, I can't thank people enough for allowing me to adjust and takes a village to raise a kid. So
Yeah. No,
they
I
really
agree.
helped me out.
Hey, you talked about Coach Knight before, Corey Kenichi. I want to ask you also, I think Roger, Schnorbush, Parkwood Deli, and head of the White Claw Boosters, those headbands that were designed, your mom helped you out as well. That was important. And, I said, Coach Hoffman, said the headbands for you guys to wear. God bless his whole, former head coach Drew, of Rampo High School, Drew Gibbs also played a pivotal role in this. Just talk about that as well, Peter. And also
Definitely.
Andy Wingfield, also Wyckoff Recreation.
Definitely. Yeah, it was just amazing to see all the support that people were willing to help me out with. My mom helped me designed these headbands, and we had bracelets and car decals and helmet decals. And it was just so great to see the community come out and support. A great cause for Peyton and help her while she was battling. And, I can't thank Coach Gibbs and all those coaches that helped me enough in raising that and reaching that goal for her, because it meant a lot to her family and it meant a lot to me. So those are all great people.
Yeah, I think it truly shows that it stretches beyond the game of football and playing field, that it's bigger in terms of these initiatives here, and just in terms of these foundations, which is great. And you talked about family support, your parents, your mom Colleen, said just talk about what it's been. I mean, through football, through academics, just life in general here, it's just again been just incredible to watch here. But just talk about that, Peter.
Yeah, like I said, they made countless sacrifices before, and it was just really my parents, just making sure I was doing the right thing, staying on top of things, staying on top of my homework, getting my schedules right. So, my parents really just built a foundation for me to follow, and that I'm able to take to college, because now it's my time to, live out what my parents taught me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take all those values that my parents and all those standards that they created, and take it to Norman, Oklahoma, and make an impact with my name. Yeah. So I'm super excited for that.
It's great. Just have a couple more left, Peter. You also ran track, I think, at St. Joe's as well. When you were younger, you played lacrosse and basketball. I'm just wondering, those sports, what they did for you in terms of being able to excel on the gridiron. And, I'm sure they played one sport, of course, affected the other, and, in terms of the training, the conditioning. Just talk about that as well.
Definitely. I think, different sports and multi-sport athletes definitely help you a lot. Mm-hmm. You're doing a lot of different movements and different sports that can help you in the game of football. Like in basketball, you're shuffling on defense. That's change direction in football, being able to move sideline to sideline. So, running track definitely helped me with my speed in high school, and on the gridiron and stuff. And, just playing sports growing up, I would just tell kids my advice, just play as many sports as you want, try out as many things, because you never know what you're going to be good at. And those other skills in other sports will help you for a specific sport. So, just gain all that knowledge and then figure out later, what sport you love and stuff like that. Just play as many sports, be as active as you can.
Yeah. Well said. You might have answered this question beforehand. In terms of the game of football, for you personally, what is it made it's so special to play here? You've been playing for a long time, but I'm wondering, I said that the years have gone by, but just what are some of the intangibles for you I see you're such a student of the game. I'm just wondering, for you, there are times that you get to reflect and just, see the game from a different perspective, but just, something that stands out to you, Peter.
Yeah. So, like when I was younger, I went through a lot of medical battles, and
Hmm.
when I wasn't able to play the game of football, it gave me a greater appreciation. Every time I step up on that field, it just means that much more for me because
Yeah.
it was taken away um, at one point for me. So I just go hard every single play because you never know when it's going to be your last. You don't.
Yeah.
So that's why you always got to go hard. And the hill at St. Joe's is very significant for me.
Yeah.
I ran that hill many times. It's almost like you're running through your battles up to the top. To
Hmm.
get to the top, you got to take a journey. The hill's steep. There's rocks. It's slippery. Those are the obstacles, just like life. And that's why the hill is very significant at St. Joe's because once you get to the top, it's like I evaded all those obstacles. But then you got to
Yeah.
go back down because it's a new chapter.
Yeah.
You just got to keep, as your life goes on, there's going to be new challenges and new obstacles in every chapter. So that's why I love the hill so much at St. Joe's. And, like I said, just stepping on that football field every time, it's just special. It's just a different meaning. I got a different perspective and a greater appreciation because of what I went through.
It's great. Hey, before you get the last word, and I asked you this 4 years ago, what your message would be for younger kids, and I wanted to go back to what you said at that point. You said it never stop. Opportunities will present themselves to you. Play sports because that's where you build relationships you have for life. Uh, you said the disease you have, celiac disease, you have is a blessing because your work ethic, your hard work, your focus and discipline comes from it. Go aim harder and work harder until you can't breathe anymore. I'm wondering, like, since that point, now here we are 4 years later, Peter. Anything you want to add, to that, in terms of, for the younger kids and, even teammates on St. Joe's as well?
Definitely. Just control the controllables first, control what you can control, your attitude, your effort. And, just break through obstacles. Don't let anything ever stop you. Everyone's going to go through something in life. You're going to have challenges and obstacles, and don't let them bring you down because they don't define you. And, just to become an overall balanced and good human being, just do charity work, play sports, just be the best you can be that standard,
Mhm.
be the best, and be uncommon, be different from everyone else. Don't follow the crowd, be different. That would be my message for today. And don't let, medical or anything define you because you can play sports and you can get on that field and you can make an impact. So that would be my message to younger athletes today and just people in general.
I think you have a good future also as a motivational speaker.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't want to forget, also community, the town of Wyckoff, the support you receive from everyone. I mean, I know there are people I probably have mentioned already, but just talk about that in the state of New Jersey. I'm sure that there's a lot of emotions right now you have, but just, you know, uh, what you have to say to everyone there, in terms, yeah.
Yeah, so when I got celiac in kindergarten, I got eosinophilic esophagitis in fourth
You
grade.
said it much earlier than
Yeah,
I did.
I mean, I've said it multiple times, or EOE for short.
Yeah.
Everyone was super supportive in the community, just helping my parents out
Mhm.
with stuff like that. I can't thank the Wyckoff community enough because they did a lot for my family, and a lot of my morals and values were based on my families and people that I know, and I've made great friendships and relationships with all my hometown friends, and they've pushed me to be where I'm at too. Everyone that I've met has had a part of my journey, and that's what life's all about, just building relationships and able to accomplishing stuff. And like I said, I can't thank them enough because they made me who I am.
That's
This is
great.
where I grew up.
Yeah, no, definitely. Before I definitely give you the last word. I wanted to ask you in terms of family, siblings as well. Just I'm support as well, and extended family. I didn't want to leave them out as well, Peter.
Definitely, yeah. I can't thank them enough either for the countless, drives to camps and school if my parents were working and stuff, and my siblings making sacrifices to be at my games. Just my whole family in general, because like I said before, it takes a village to raise.
Mhm.
So, just everyone supporting me over the years and, allowing me to chase my dreams and not putting me down if they were too big. Because, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to show everyone what I got. in Oklahoma. So Boomer
Yeah.
Sooner, horns down. I can't wait to be there.
You've already learned the tricks of the
Of
trade.
course, of course.
Yeah. All right, Peter. In closing, you get the last word. As you know, every time with an athlete, but especially you, you definitely deserve this platform, this moment, in terms of family, friends, classmates, football teammates, St. Joseph Regional High School administration, athletics, community. Said town of Wyckoff. The floor is yours, Peter.
Yeah, so I would just the last words I would say, like I said before, just be grateful for what you have because a lot of people don't have what you have. And like I said before, be uncommon, be different. Chase your dreams. Don't let people tell you can't. Because you can accomplish anything you want. And that's what I would say. And thank you, Sunil, for having me. Really appreciate it. It was great talking to you.
Hey, as I said, always just a incredible honor and privilege, to interview you, being able to track your journey, said, as you started out at St. Joseph's Regional High School and to see, what you've been able to do in the last 4 years. I'm very proud of you. And said, I thank you, for giving me the opportunity now twice and can't wait to do this again, said, maybe after your freshman year, or maybe, said once you graduate from the University of Oklahoma and, wishing you, and your family safe travels down to Norman, Oklahoma here in a couple of days. And, all the best, said in your freshman year at the University of Oklahoma, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you, just for covering my story and, being able to get my story out and impact kids and for them to realize that no dream's too big. They can accomplish it no matter what medical challenges they face or have. So I really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me and my family. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Peter.